Farmers are the champions of our land. It's our livelihood, and we're the primary caretakers. Today, regulators and the agricultural community are working together to protect our environment, our registered pesticides, and most importantly, our family farms that feed us, clothe us, and protect our national security. Bulletins Live 2 is where applicators can find additional requirements to protect endangered and threatened species. Now, your first question, how do I know if I need to visit Bulletins Live 2? The label of the pesticide you're applying will provide you that information. In general, though, you will. Your second question, how do I get to the website? Again, the label will provide you a link, or you can use your browser's search engine. We would encourage you to use a computer if you can, as compared to a tablet or your cell phone. If the internet's a challenge for you, hopefully a consultant, extension, or retailer can help you overcome that challenge. Once you're on the site, it looks like this. The 5 key application tools to understand are, first, the location search, pesticide search tool in the blue box on the left, the zoom feature, the save and print out feature, your base map tool, and the opacity slide. Also notice the help feature where you can find EPA's tutorial presentation or view their quick start guide. Before you start looking for your field, you must enter the month when you plan to make your application. Remember, you will need to visit the BLT website within 6 months of making your application. For today's example, let's put in September. Now let's click here to use the zoom feature to start finding our field. You can zoom in or out, or you can use the roller on the mouse to move in and out easily. As you're zooming in on your field, give it a second to load as it can lag. Click, drag, move, you know the drill. Notice these pink highlighted areas. These indicate a PULA, or pesticide use limitation area. More on that in a minute. Let's move into the big city of Woodland, North Carolina. I see my streets, but where are my fields? Click on the base map and there it is. See how you can toggle the base map back and forth. Now that I have my field, let's move up and click the printable bulletin. Now the printable bulletin block must be green to save it for printing. If it's red, that's a problem, and we'll help you with that in a moment. When you do click print, it will create a PDF. Click the PDF to see the application month and product limitations. For me, I have none. You can save or print the file for your records. Now, just because I didn't have any restrictions today doesn't mean I won't have any in the future. So I will need to revisit every 6 months. Once you have your information, close the tab and go back to BLT to go again. This time, let's go to California and the amazing agriculture outside of Salinas. Notice the map is pink, which means there is a PULA area, which means there are additional requirements to follow. Zooming in with the base map tool, it's still hard to see my field, so let's adjust the opacity slider. Find the field, click it, and now where the location search was, a list of the products relevant to this PULA appear. For more details, we click on the printable bulletin and open up our PDF. The area we highlighted is visible, but since we are in a PULA, we have more to do. The pesticide use limitation summary table provides key details of the products impacted, the methods of application, and very importantly, the code. The code defines your specific restrictions in the codes and limitation table, where you determine things like whether you need to follow restrictions for SX124 or SX224. One last example using the zoom feature. Let's head over to just west of Rome, Georgia. Notice I have a large PULA, but if we look closely, I have a small PULA. So what we have is a PULA within a PULA. It's possible to have multiple PULA restrictions in the same area. This example has a large dicamba PULA with a small Enlist 1 and Liberty Ultra PULA. Of course, for specific details, head to the printable bulletin. Let's highlight 3 other features. The house button is the default view and always takes you back to the US map. The Find My Location button is useful, but it only works if you allow your browser access to your location. And then here's the location search bar. This is another way to get to your field. I'll type in the address of one of our UGA farms. This is interesting. The east half of the farm is not in a PULA, but the west half of the farm is in a PULA. This is an example of where you may need 2 management plans for one farm. The application in the front of the farm, I follow the label. The application in the back of the farm, I have to follow the label plus any additional restrictions on BLT. Basically, I must follow whichever is more restrictive. Let's use the default key one more time using the EPA registration number. From the label, either on the container or online, we locate the EPA registration number right up front. Click on our product, and it shares their 2 PULAs for Liberty Ultra. However, from the default map view, I don't see a thing. Zoom into your farming area. This time I'm going to go just east of Nashville, and you can see there's a PULA. Zoom in to your field, click the base map tool, select the field, click the printable bulletin, select the PDF. This is a very important example. Look at the limitation as it is a specific timeline when to avoid applying this product. Here's a couple of tips to consider when the printable bulletin block doesn't turn green. Sometimes if your internet speed is slow, it will stay red, or more often it just takes a little extra time to turn green. A more common issue is that you zoom into a field with a pink highlighted PULA, but you forget to click on a specific field or area. See how I stay red? Now clicking on an area and it turns green. Please keep in mind our US EPA is currently updating the location of many species and pesticide labels, so PULAs on BLT will continually change. You can also go there for more instructions. And that's an overview of Bulletins Live 2. Let's keep everything compliant and on target.